how most people try to gain muscle. Eat everything in sight, usually that's the diet, just eat as many calories as possible and go to the gym and just lift the heaviest weights, try to PR every day. Hope for the best, right? Eat pounds and pounds of chicken a day because, well, hey, you need protein to grow. See, these are all things that hold you back significantly, take it from me, in the long term for your muscle gains and your progress in the gym. And I'm talking lean gains, none of these dirty gains, right? So in this video, we're gonna talk about how to calculate your macros to make sure you're getting the most out of your workouts and you're building the most muscle. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy John Mango and I'm back again. Gotta flex for the cred, right? Credibility? Damn, maybe too tiny. Anyways, I'm back again with another video. I'm dropping weekly fitness content on this channel. If you want to get to your fitness goals faster and more enjoyably, then consider subscribing. Don't even consider it, just do it. At the end of the video, I'm gonna actually show you exactly how to calculate your macros depending on your body type for muscle gain. I'll also explain how to adjust it going forward so you avoid plateaus, and I want to offer you something special as well. So stay tuned if you're interested in that. So first and foremost, let's jump into why macros are so important and why you've probably been told the wrong information when it comes to your macros and muscle gain. Okay, so why are macros important? You see, gaining weight, just like losing weight, that word weight is not necessarily the same as gaining muscle tissue or losing fat, right? Let me give you an example. Myself, one day I woke up and I said, okay, it's time to bulk. This was back in my dirty bulk days. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do what I explained at the beginning of the video. Eat as much as I can and lift heavy weights in the gym, blast these 3-hour workouts, and hey, I gotta get huge, right? Well, I'll tell you something. I did get huge. I gained 25 pounds in a month, and roughly 4, maybe if I'm lucky, 5 pounds of that was actual muscle tissue. So we're looking at least 20 pounds of fat gain. Yes, I got big up here. I also got big down here. Like, I literally ate 2.2 pounds of chicken, 1 kilogram of chicken a day. I made the mistakes. That's why I'm here telling you what to do so you don't make them either. So the truth is your body can only synthesize so much muscle per month, especially naturally, of course. And for you to make sure that you're actually making pure muscle gains and mitigating fat gains as much as possible, you need to have the right macronutrient split. And that's also assuming, of course, that you are in a controlled calorie surplus, because if it's uncontrolled, I was eating 6,000 calories a day myself at that time, then you're going to get the same result I did, which is, despite what it may sound like to some of you, not the result you want. There are a few things you need to make sure you optimize that lean gain phase. The first thing is, again, that proper calorie controlled calorie surplus. So you can't be gaining weight too fast because, again, it's gonna be mostly fat. The second thing you need doesn't actually have to do with the nutrition, it's actually progressive overload in the gym. Again, this has to be calculated, it has to be tracked, and it has to be consistent. And the third thing is the optimal right macronutrient breakdown. Now that's just in a nutshell those 3 things, but today we're going to talk about that number 3. So here's why it's so important. Let's go ahead and start off with protein, right? Protein, the king of all macronutrients. I want to offer you a piece of advice here from what I found with both my clients who were skinny people, guys and girls, myself of course as well, and my friends' family who needed this type of help. Protein actually took a back seat to another macronutrient, which I'll explain shortly, but of course protein still very important because you need it to build the muscle that you're looking to build, right? It is made up of protein, so you need enough to make sure you're fueling that growth. Now again, I made the mistake of having even up to 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. I weighed over 200 pounds, so I was having over 400 grams of protein. This is not only completely unnecessary, it could actually be harmful to your liver and kidneys, and it's holding you back from true gains because, again, as we're going to discuss, you can allot those calories to something a lot more useful. Just aim for, as a rough estimate, 1 gram, to make it simple, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. It will differ, as I'll go into later, depending on your body type, but let's start with that, okay? Roughly 1 gram per pound. If you're way over that right now, you need to slow it down, you need to cut back on the protein, and you need to give it to the next macronutrient, which is carbs. Now, carbs, again, from what I've realized with hundreds of people, and myself included, is carbs should actually take the priority when it comes to building muscle. Now, again, don't take my words out of context. context here. I'm not giving you permission to eat the 3,000 calorie pasta meal plan that I was having every single night before dinner, but rather making sure that you're getting the right carb sources for at least 80% of your diet, right? At least 80% of the carbs you consume should be those micronutrient dense sources, the ones with high fiber, all of that stuff, okay? Fuel your body the right carbs, and they're going to be number one. The reason why is because those ones are the most efficient fuel source. They will fuel your performance, which again, paramount when it comes to building muscle, increasing in the gym. You're gonna need carbs to fuel those workouts. Now, tying back in with the protein, I want to mention that you actually can get away with less protein than 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And the reason why is because when you're in a surplus, your body is not worried to the point where it might actually start digging in for protein as fuel. Obviously, your body does not want to dig into protein as a fuel source. And as I've mentioned in a previous video, when it comes to macros for your weight loss, carbohydrates are a protein sparing macronutrient. So as a matter of fact, when you're in a surplus, your body's already like, hey, we've got extra energy, we don't need to break down protein. But when that energy is coming from carbs, then there is almost no chance, unless you're really doing things wrong, that you're gonna be breaking down protein. So in that case, you actually don't need that much protein to fuel the muscle growth, but rather you need more carbs to fuel the performance, which then leads to the muscle growth. Now, quickly about fats, obviously very important for hormone production, regulation, but treat fats as a baseline. Again, 25-30% of your calories coming from fats, but they should not be too high because, again, when in comparison to carbs, they are an inefficient fuel source for your body, especially when it needs quick energy for performance bouts like lifting weights, right? Your body prefers carbs. If you're getting way too many fats, again, that's extra calories. And by the way, this goes for all those good fats, still not the best fuel source. Fats go through a longer process to be broken down in the body to be used as energy, okay? This is what leads to that sluggish feeling. You don't want to feel sluggish in the gym when you're in a surplus. You need to use every ounce of energy. You need to use it quick and effectively. So keep your fats at a baseline and don't bring them up too high. Hundreds of grams of fats are way too much, okay? Again, better allotted towards carbs. So let's go ahead and talk about how to calculate your macronutrients for your weight gain, okay? In case you haven't done this yet, first thing you need to do is find out your maintenance calories, okay? You need calorie awareness first, because from there, you need to be in a controlled calorie surplus, bumping those calories up just a bit to make sure your rate of weight gain isn't too fast to where you start gaining fat. Now, once you have those calories, let's go back to the example I gave first. 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is what you'll start with. So let me give you an example of 3,000 calories. I'll calculate it for you real quick here. You've got 3,000 calories, and we're gonna take 1 gram of protein. Let's, for example, say you are 200 pounds. So 200 grams of protein times 4 calories per gram gives you 800 calories. Remember, you're at 3,000. We're gonna take 25% of that 3,000. So you're gonna do 3,000. You're gonna multiply it by 0.25, 25%. You've got 750 calories for fats divided by 9 calories per gram, 83 grams of fat. Okay, this is a great number. You've got 83 grams of fat, you have 200 grams of protein, so let's go ahead and multiply that back up. You've got 750, what was it again? It was 200 times 4, so you've got 750 plus 800, 1550. So about half of your calories have already been used up. Now the other half, which is 1450, is going to be towards carbs. You take 1450, divide by 4, that's how many calories per gram. You've got 362 grams of carbs. That is a starting point. Let me quickly touch on different body types. Again, if you're a hard gainer like myself, okay, you respond better to more carbs. So what I would do, again, you don't need as much protein, I would actually take 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Again, say you're 200 pounds, that's 200 times 0.8. 160 grams of protein. Yes, that is all you need. From there, you're gonna add whatever those calories are up towards carbs. It doesn't have to be 160, it could be 0.9 grams of protein per pound. That's up to you, okay? But what I'm trying to say is a lot more towards carbs. Mesomorphs use the split that I just gave you with the 1 gram of protein, and endomorphs, I would raise the protein up to 1.1 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound. And the reason for that is because 1, it's more thermogenic, and 2, typically athlete, those types of bodies do respond a little bit too much to carbs. So we want to keep the carbs just a little lower, but again, they are still prioritized when it comes to building muscle. I hope that made sense. To adjust in the future, every 100 calories you add, make it another 25 grams of carbs, right? So add 100 calories, make them all carbs until you add about 300 to 400 extra calories from your baseline, from your starting point. So long as weight is going up at the right direction, at the right rate, then you can look to adding a little bit more protein to, again, match up with that either 0.9, 1 gram, 1.1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So I hope that made sense. One more thing I want to offer you is a free 10-minute call with myself. I've opened up my calendar for any skinny boys, girls out there, or anybody just looking to build muscle. Click the link down below, opens up my calendar for you, book in a 10-minute call with myself, and we'll see how and if even I can help you get to the goals that you desire. So that's all I got for you today. Again, as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, topics, leave them in the comment section below and I'll help you out. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Don't forget to like, comment, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm bringing another video real soon and I look forward to seeing you in that video. So thanks again. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.